Excuse me. Dogman was not written by Dave Pilkey. It was written by George Beard and Harold Hutchins. Remember that now. Hi, everyone. It's me. I know this. I know my lore. Hi, everyone. It's me, Grant, the movie and TV guy. Welcome to Raised on Popcorn with Grant, everybody. And today we're talking about a movie. Movies and TV, that's what we do here. And that movie is Dogman. Not to be confused with last year's film Dogman by Luc Besson. No, this is a different Dogman. I have not yet seen that Dogman. Dogman is based on the book series, which itself is a story within a story of the Captain Underpants series, and it is also a story within the story of the Captain Underpants movie from 2017. So yeah, it's kind of a meta spin-off story within a story made into a real movie. Think of it like the machete to Captain Underpants' Grindhouse, if you will. So what is Dogman about? How much time we got? Essentially, what it's about is Officer Knight and his beloved police dog Greg are the best of buddies, and they are going through the city of OK. But after a run-in with the evil cat Petey, played by Pete Davidson, and a bomb, due to a mistake of colorblindness, they end up in a horrible accident. Greg the dog's body is no longer usable, and Officer Knight's head is no longer usable. But good news, Officer Knight's body and Greg the dog's head are still usable. So the nurses, in a very, very, very inventive idea, decide, why don't we sew the dog's head onto the man's body? Great idea. They do, and almost immediately into the film, we now have Dogman, the super cop, who goes around fighting for all do-gooders in the city with the help of his best pal, and higher up, the chief, known as the Chief, played by Lil Rel Howery, with very, very big energy, as well as roving Australian reporter Sarah Hadoff, played by Isla Fisher. But very soon, Petey returns with a plan to take down Dogman, and that ends up involving a clone by the name of Lil Petey, who has taken Petey as his papa, but eventually befriends Dogman. Now it's a battle of wits. And what about this evil dead fish that is trying to be resurrected with what is called living spray to do his evil plans again? There's a lot of bad guys, there's a lot of mayhem, and there's a lot of surprising depth as Dogman and his friends try to save the day. Let the adventure begin. Tra-la-la. The experience. It was good. It was good. Yeah, Jack's POW Gaming. It was good. And that's basically what it is to say. Yeah, Dogman was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought this was a lot of fun. It's sweet. It's funny. Like in classic Captain Underpants fashion, there's some great gags. There's a great gag involving widescreen becoming too wide. That's very funny. There's some nice little fourth wall breaking Easter eggs. Like, for instance, and you can kind of see this in the trailer. Early on when the bomb goes off, there's a moment where the chief is like, evacuate, you need to evacuate the building, and he goes, we don't need to, sir, like, this is the abandoned expendable warehouse. It's like, okay, it's cute. There's some nice graphical kind of humor. There's a really great running character that I don't remember from the books. I read some of the Dogman books. I read all the Captain Underpants books, but I've only read a handful of them. This former employee of Petey's, who there's a nice running gag with her where she's kind of given him grief for not paying her. It's like, I paid you. It's like, puka shells don't count, bottle caps don't count, and there's a part I thought it was very, very funny where he says something to the extent of, I know what I'll do. I'll make a giant vacuum cleaner to scare Dogman. He goes, that scares dogs. And she's walking away and she goes, yeah, so do firecrackers, and they cost like $5. It's like, nobody asked you. We go, actually, you just did. That was pretty funny. The movie overall is a very funny movie. It also has a lot of depth to it. The film is about child abandonment. Yeah, this has some more to it than you might expect. This is about daddy issues, and it works. The relationship between Petey and little Petey really works. Pete Davidson actually gives a pretty great vocal performance here. He said in an interview on Sunday morning, and I thought he was being flippant, that this is the first role, this is the best arc he's ever had in an acting role, and it kind of is. Like, I thought he was kidding. I thought he was just being Pete Davidson. No, this really was a surprisingly tender performance from him. I thought that the world was built really well. I like the fact that they kind of acknowledge, like the books do, that this is technically an in-universe written by like middle school boys. So there's a lot of really offbeat stuff in this universe that they just kind of accept. This sort of surreal stuff, like sewing the dog's head onto the dude's body. Like, they just accept it immediately. There's no mechanics of it. There's no like, no, we fuse it together with science, or no, it's literally just like, oh yeah, sew the head onto the body. Now he's a dog man. Like, there's no, they throw logic out the window in a very clever and funny way. I really enjoyed this movie a lot. If there's one issue with it that I have to say, though, and maybe it's also my personal bias because I felt this way about the Dogman books as well, I don't think it quite has the adult appeal necessarily for the full-on adult appeal of something like Captain Underpants, where there is the humor for the kids, but there's also genuine, I think, more to offer also the parents in regards to how brilliantly they do the kid humor in that movie and those books. But that's not to say that there's none of that here, and that's not to say that adults won't enjoy Dogman. I have no children of my own. I have nieces and nephews, whatever. I saw this movie yesterday afternoon in a theater with one other adult man. There was nobody else who showed up in the Dolby theater that I saw it in. And I had a blast with Dogman. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I think that one thing I think adults will really like is the surprising depth of the character work here. And the soundtrack. I didn't expect there to be quite as many needle drops as there were in this movie. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. This was a really fun flick. Do I think that it's anything spectacular? Do I think it's going to be one of the best films of the year? No, but I think that in this kind of drought of family entertainment, Dogman is kind of like an oasis in a field of sort of nothing for young audiences. And I think that it'll work for them, and I think their parents will enjoy it quite a bit too. And because of that, I'm not going to go all the way with Dogman, but I'm going to go pretty far, you guys. I'm going to give Dogman 4.5 out of 5 stars. I think this is a solid, sweet, funny, inventive, animated film that is a lot of fun, and it's breezy and it's entertaining, and I like playing in this universe. It sucks that it's been almost a decade since we've last had a cinematic treatment of a Captain Underpants universe or Dave Pilkey universe book. We need more of them. So yeah, there's a large wealth of film material here. All right, 4.5 out of 5 stars for Dogman. Let's close the book on it. Before we get to trailer trash, however, let's make a long story short, which is fitting because it's a Captain Underpants book. To make a long story short, this is a segment we rarely use, but we're going to use it today. There was a short before this. It was a Bad Guys animated short, basically a sort of prelude of sorts to Bad Guys 2, I'm guessing, because that's coming out later this year. It was very funny. I enjoyed it. It was called like what's the name of it? Let me look it up because I logged it on Letterboxd. Let me double check what the title is so I can give it proper credit. The Bad Guys, Little Lies and Alibis, it was called. Very cute. I enjoyed it. It was a nice, simple little Bad Guys adventure. 5 minutes. It moved at a nice clip. It was densely packed with gags and jokes. It was fun. I'd give that 4.5 out of 5 stars also. I would give that the same score. All right. Now we go to trailer trash. Let's talk some trailer trash. For Dogman. Snow White, talked about it, looks good. The King of Kings, talked about it, looks good, even though the animation's a little wonky. The Unbreakable Boy, Honestly, a movie I'm looking forward to, so they'll stop showing this trailer in every fucking movie. Sorry, kid show, right? Every fudging movie. It doesn't look good. Anyway, Night of the Zoopocalypse. Talked about it, looks good. I still can't get over the fact that Clive Barker is doing a kids movie. The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie. I cannot wait for this. This looks like a lot of fun. Paddington in Peru. Talked about it, looks good. We're seeing it early, actually. Early unless you're one of my viewers outside of the U.S. because you guys already got it. Lucky you. We're seeing an early screening next Saturday, so we should have a review up next weekend. How to Train Your Dragon. Talked about it, looks good, even though it looks completely unnecessary. And was there shawarma? Yes, there are animations throughout the credits and at the very end, so stick around for it. All right. That is it. We will be back right after this for a review of Valiant 1. I'll have a review of that. And then stay tuned. Later on this weekend, we will have reviews for Love Me, Green and Gold, The Seed of the Sacred Fig, and you're cordially invited. Also, on my second channel, we will have quick thoughts before the main review on this channel closer to release for 2 films that are premiering at the Sundance Film Festival. Twinless, starring Dylan O'Brien, and the documentary Predators. So those are coming up. We'll have quick thoughts on those on the second channel. More Popcorn with Grant, in case you wanted to know. Subscribe, please, if you feel like it. Anyway, that's all coming up, and that'll all be next time. Next week, I think, is Hard Eyes, Love Hurts, and Becoming Led Zeppelin. I think are next week's movies. But yeah, that's all coming up, and that'll all be next time. And until next time, I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Love you all, classes missed. I love you 3,000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does. That's what you're supposed to do, or so I've been told. Leave a comment, even if it's, hey, Grant, I like waffles. It really helps out. If you want to find me elsewhere, reviews, lists, and other fun stuff, you can find me on all my social media. I'm on literally everything at either Raised on Popcorn with Grant or Raised on Popcorn. Take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. It's incredibly important. And I want to know down below, what did you think of Dogman? Did you like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Think my opinion's good? Think I'm full of shit? Comment below. Let me know. And until we meet again, we were all raised on popcorn. Maybe mine with extra butter. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everyone. See you around. Bye.